Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Josh right here, back again with another video here on MLB The Show 15. Yes, this is MLB The Show 15 that we are playing today in this video. Now, a while ago, I did a video doing like a fantasy draft on MLB The Show 14 and kind of simulating the season and everything. And you guys seem to really enjoy that. And I was thinking, like, you know what? Why don't I try and do like a fantasy draft on all the old PS4 MLB The Shows. And yeah, so I thought that's what we could do today. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. The best way to show your support, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. If you guys want me to do this for all the other MLB The Shows, like MLB 16, 17, let me know in the comments below. I literally have every MLB The Show for the PS4 except for MLB The Show 16. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that. With that said, let's hop right into the video. So we are going to do franchise. We're going to do new. And unfortunately, we can't use like a saved roster since this game is like over 10 years old. And so all the online modes are going to be, are not really going to be used very well. Alright, so might as well just pick a random team. It doesn't really matter like who I'm gonna play as, like I'm not really gonna do like the fantasy draft myself. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Might as well like spin like 3 teams. Alright, 1, 2, 3. The first team is the Rockies. Alright, we could do the Rockies. Saw that they were ranked first in contact. That's cool. And then they were ranked 29th in pitching. That's a very that sounds pretty accurate to the Rockies. All right, 1, 2, 3. The Rays, and then team number 3. We have the Braves. Okay, Braves, Rays, or Rockies. I guess we'll be the Braves. Braves, why not? Screw it. I guess we could be the Rockies. We can be the Rockies. Let's see real quick. Where are the Rockies? Here they are. We could be the Rockies. Okay, so GM contracts are off. Fantasy draft is on. And then everything else is just gonna stay the way it is. I guess force trades could be on, and then instant trades are on or off. I mean, this part here doesn't really matter. And then, should I have the DH on? Again, it doesn't really matter, but I guess, you know, because why not? Okay, so we have the 16th pick. So let's see what goes down. All right, let's see. The first pick went to the Nationals, and they had Clayton Kershaw. Okay, Miguel Cabrera went second to the New York Mets. Okay, the Phillies take Mike Trout. Hey, that's very fitting. Mike Trout, I think he grew up a Phillies fan. Troy Tulowitzki to the Rays. Felix Hernandez to the Cubs. King Felix. Craig Kimbrell ended up going to the Brewers. Andrew McCutchen to the Angels. Robinson Cano went to the Blue Jays. Max Scherzer going to the Reds. Paul Goldschmidt on the Braves. Giancarlo Stanton to the Dodgers. Chris Sale going to the Pirates. Buster Posey to the Marlins. Madison Bumgarner to the Cardinals. And the Diamondbacks take Johnny Cueto. Okay, so let's see real quick. I mean, there's a lot of really good options still. I mean, on the pitching side, like we got Adam Wainwright. Jose Fernandez at 22 years old. Rest in peace. Yu Darvish. You've got David Price. Matt Harvey at a 91 overall. That's funny. Jordan Zimmerman. Oh my goodness. Strasburg. Tanaka. I miss Tanaka, dude. Corey Kluber. Zach Greinke. John Lester when he was on the Cubs. Cole Hamels on the Phillies. Future Cub. Cole Hamels. James Shields. This is the man who gave up the Bartolo Colon home run just a year later. Hyun Ryu. Garrett Cole on the Pirates. That does not look like Garrett Cole. I guess we can just auto draft our first pick. Like I guess because why not? We got Molina still available. Jose Abreu is 28. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that he was playing around this time. Big Papi, David Ortiz, we got Pedroia, Jose Altuve at 24. We got Beltre, Jose Reyes, Carlos Gonzalez. I used to get him all the time on fantasy drafts whenever he was available. Carlos Gomez, Adam Jones, Puig is still available, the covered athlete of MLB The Show 15. Jose Bautista, Hunter Pence. Oh man, there's a lot of really good options. Okay, who does the game recommend that we take? Adam Wainwright. I guess. All right, I guess we're going to take Wainwright. Very fitting. The Rockies are taking a pitcher in the first round. And then Yadier Molina went to the Mariners. All right, let's see who else end up going where. So Jose Fernandez went to the Padres. Yu Darvish on the Orioles. Pedroia went to the Kansas City Royals. Minnesota Twins taking Jose Altuve. David Price to the Giants. Matt Harvey on the Red Sox. Jordan Zimmerman on the Astros. Tanaka staying with the Yankees. Steven Strasburg on the White Sox. Carlos Gomez with the Cleveland Indians. Yasiel Puig went to the Tigers. Corey Kluber on the Oakland A's. Kenley Jansen with the Seattle Mariners. And then Greg Holland to the Texas Rangers. Okay, so might as well so we're just going to like auto draft the rest of it. Ooh, why did we take Dylan Betances with our second pick? Okay, so I'm assuming the Rockies went like very pitcher heavy in this, I'm assuming, because who the hell takes Dylan Betances? Ugh. All right, looking at this rotation, and it looks pretty solid. We got Wainwright. We've got Verlander at an 85. And outside of that, it's kind of dookie. Francisco Liriano's he's okay. Danny Duffy, and then Robbie Erlin. That's a name I haven't heard in quite a while. And then looking at the bullpen, it doesn't really look that bad. We've got Anthony Swarzak. We've got a rookie, Corey Knebel. We got Tommy Hunter, Donnie Veal. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who Anthony Varvaro is. Fernando Abad. Again, don't remember who he is. Jim Henderson. I do know who he was. I think he was on the Brewers. Tim Collins, who used to be at the Royals, I believe. I think he played for the Rockies at one point also. And then Dylan Betances. Dylan Betances. That's so funny. All right, might as well just look at all the other pitching rotations and stuff. And the Dodgers do not have a good rotation. They got Walker, which is cool. But okay, hang on a minute. Let's get out of spring training. Shit, hang on. Yeah, let's just simulate spring training. And then we can go to the regular season. And then we'll see what the other teams are looking like. Okay, so what else we got? Dodgers, so they got Quintana. Mike Leake, Trevor Bauer. So they predicted the future. And then Nathan Eovaldi, who I believe was a Dodger at one time. Justin Grimm, Cubs legend Justin Grimm. And then I know Blake Parker, he was a Cleveland. Will Smith, before he was cool. Sergio Romo on the Dodgers just looks very off. And then Neftali Feliz. All right, and then might as well just look at the other teams. Padres with Fernandez, David Price to the Giants. Orioles have a solid rotation. Yu Darvish, Ryu, Zach Wheeler, and Bartolo Colon. Okay. Matt Harvey on the Red Sox, and then after that, it's kind of dookie. Their bullpen doesn't look very good either. Yankees, it's a solid rotation. Tanaka, Cole Hamels. I love how they also stayed true to their roots. They acquired future Yankee Lance Lynn and Michael Pineda, who was also on the Yankees at that time. Adam Warren, pretty sure he was a Yankee at one point. Let's see, the Rays, they got John Lackey. It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Also, why does he have a big head? He has a very unpleasantly big head. James Shields, Garrett Cole on the Blue Jays. All right, this team's not looking too bad. White Sox, I got Steven Strasburg. I'm just going to, Mark Burley, Sashi Wakirma on the Indians. Yeah, I'm just going to just look through these real quick. You guys can pause and look and see what your teams did. Corey Kluber, Jeff Samardzija, that's the name I haven't heard in a while. Jeff Samardzija, Cubs legend. Rangers, they got John Lester. All right. So yeah, just going through all the teams real quick. You guys can just pause and look. Ooh, this Mets team does not look very good. And just see what your teams did. All right. This Cardinals rotation doesn't really look the most exciting. And then go back to the Diamondbacks real quick. All right, let's see what the lineups are looking like. So we got Coco Crisp, Eric Hosmer, Corey Dickerson, Dodgers legend Scott Van Slyke. I have no idea who Josmel Pinto is. Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe, he was gone. Rookie Marty Casson. Again, don't know who he is. Brian Dozier, a young Freddie Galvis, and then I have no idea who's on our bench. And then let's see, the Dodgers, they got Victor Martinez, David Wright, Stanton, Justin Upton. All right, they got a good team. But yeah, kind of the same thing. Whoa! The Giants took Albert Pujols. Okay. But yeah, just kind of look around. The Yankees took Mookie Betts. That's funny. And then they got another future Yankee, Anthony Rizzo, and they got David Freese. Oops, that's funny. My apologies, my game glitched. But yeah, just stop and look and see who is on who. You guys can pause for a second. Christian Yelich going back to the Marlins. Gotta love that. All right. Yeah, a lot of these teams they don't look terrible, but they don't look bad either. Let's see who is ranked first. So we're ranked 9th. Love how the Rockies were ranked first in contact at the beginning of the game, and then they were dead last in pitching. In this fantasy draft, they're just the other way around. Padres are ranked dead last. Giants are ranked 29th. Who is ranked first? That's what I want to know. National League doesn't look that great. Phillies are the best in the National League. Okay, who's ranked first? The White Sox are ranked first. Okay. So I guess what we'll do is we're going to simulate to the end of May, like June 1st, and then we'll check on the league and everything, see how everybody's doing. The Rockies are off to a pretty solid start. Love to see that. I don't love to see that Francisco Liriano had an injury today. Keep him active. Thomas Burrs, lat muscle strain. Keep him active. Thomas Burrs. No, I have no idea who Thomas Burrs is. Love how I said we were off to a good start, and now all of a sudden we're starting to lose games. Should have just turned the injuries on to auto. Activate. It's fine. Alright, we will simulate. So we finished up the first 2 months of the year. Let's see real quick how everybody's doing. So the American League East, we have the Rays in first place, 30-21. Blue Jays are second. They're a half game out for first. The Red Sox are currently third. The Orioles are fourth, and the Yankees are in last. Okay, AL Central. The Tigers are currently in first. Then you got the Royals, the Indians, the White Sox, who are ranked first. They're currently in fourth in the AL Central, and then the Twins are dead last. They have probably the worst record in the American League, and probably all of baseball also. A's are currently in first in the AL West. Then you got the Rangers, the Angels, the Astros, and the Mariners. So if the season were to end today, the wild card teams would be Oakland and Texas. That sounds very weird to say. NL East, the Mets, they won the division, the NL East in real life in 2015. They're on track to do the same thing here, that with the Marlins 2 games out for first place. Then you got the Braves, the Phillies, and the Nationals, who are 18 and 32. Yikes. NL Central, it is the Cardinals and Cubs are currently tied for the first place spot in the Central. Then you got the Brewers, the Pirates, and the Reds. NL West, it is the Rockies in first place, a game up on the Diamondbacks. Then you got the Giants, the Padres, and the Dodgers at 19 and 31. The Dodgers have the second worst record in baseball. That is funny. If the season were to end today, the Diamondbacks would have the first wild card spot, and then the Cardinals and Cubs would have to play game 163. Hang on real quick. Is there a way I can with the injuries? Because I want this all to be on auto. This is auto. I guess this is manual. I guess I don't know. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, good. So because I don't want to go through all the injuries and stuff. All right, let's go to the All-Star break. I don't give two craps about the draft. Somebody was texting me. I'll have to call them back. But let's simulate to the All-Star break real quick and see how everyone's doing from there. Alright, so we are at the All-Star break. I don't need to do the home run derby. But let's go to the standings. Rockies are still doing pretty good. AL East first place is the Blue Jays this time. They're 2 games up on the Red Sox, who are second. Third place is the Rays. Orioles are in fourth. Yankees are in last. AL Central first place is the Indians. They are 1 game above 500. They are a half game up on the Tigers. Then you get the White Sox, the Royals, and the Twins. AL West first place is the Astros, or not the Astros, the A's, sorry. The Rangers, the Astros are in third, then the Angels, and then the Mariners. So the wildcard teams are currently the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. The National League East, first place is the Phillies, 2 games up on the Mets. Then you get the Braves, the Marlins, all 44 and 45. That's crazy. And then the Nationals, they're just chilling in last place. NL Central, the Cubs are now in first place, 2 games up on the Cardinals. Then you got the Pirates, the Brewers, and the Reds. NL West, you got the Rockies in first. I believe they have the best record in baseball. Yes, they do. They are 3.5 games up on the Diamondbacks. Then you got the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Padres. So the wildcard teams are currently the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks. Look at the Dodgers, man. They started to get hot when it mattered most. Let's simulate the All-Star game, or the home run derby in the All-Star game. Might as well see who ended up going to the All-Star game. Let's see, where do I go? Awards, All-Star game. Okay, so the starting pitchers for the National League, we have David Price from the Giants, Johnny Cueto from the Diamondbacks, Cliff Lee on the Pirates, Tyler Lyons from the Cardinals, Max Scherzer to the Reds, relief pitcher J.J. Hoover. I remember J.J. Hoover. I used to get him on fantasy draft all the time. He was on the Reds at the time. In this game, though, he's on the Cubs. Let's see. Closers, we got Hudson Street from the Diamondbacks. Hudson Street, that's a name I haven't heard in quite a while. Clint Perkins, Zach Britton from the Giants. Cardinals, Fernando Rodney. Okay. Neftali Feliz on the Dodgers. And then David Robertson on the Cubs. I think David Robertson was a Cub at one point, which is interesting. Okay, so the catchers are Buster Posey from the Marlins, Jonathan Lucroy in the Nationals, Russell Martin on the Dodgers. Russell Martin staying with the Dodgers, gotta love that. First base in the National League, we have Miguel Cabrera from the Mets, Victor Martinez on the Dodgers, Edwin Encarnacion on the Pirates, and then Adam Lynn from the Brewers. Where are all the Rockies at? Oh, well, I guess that answers my question right there. Brian Dozier was the All-Star representative for the Rockies. He was a starting second baseman alongside D. Gordon on the Padres. Third base, Evan Longoria on the Cardinals with David Wright on the Dodgers. Shortstop, Alexei Ramirez on the Marlins with Gene Segura from the Mets. Left field, Yoenis Cespedes on the Mets. That's funny. The center fielders, we got a lot of them. Mike Trout on the Phillies, Coco Crisp on the Rockies, Ben Revere on the Cardinals, Eric Young Jr. on the Cubs, and Jacoby Ellsbury on the Marlins with Hunter Pence from the Braves. All right, looking at the American League now, we've got Matt Harvey from the Red Sox, Jeff Samardzija from the A's, Zach Greinke from the Tigers, Corey Kluber on the A's, and Colby Lewis on the Blue Jays. On R1 relievers, Zach Putnam from the Yankees. The closers, Mark Melancon from the Blue Jays, Addison Reed from the Rays, Jenry Mejia from the Astros, Bobby Parnell from the Twins, Joaquin Benoit on the Red Sox, and then Kenley Jansen on the Mariners. Catchers, Taylor Kaiser from the Yankees, don't know who he is, Wilson Ramos from the Royals, and then Yadier Molina on the Mariners. First base, Jose Abreu with the Astros. Gotta love that. David Ortiz with Oakland. Chris Davis with Boston. And then Adrian Gonzalez with the Twins. Second base, Robinson Cano and Yunel Escobar. Third base, Justin Turner on the Orioles with Robert Werner on the White Sox. Troy Tulowitzki from the Rays. Jordy Mercer on the Rangers. At shortstop, left field's Matt Holliday and Chris Davis from Boston and Texas. Center field, Andrew McCutchen from the Angels, Denard Span on the Tigers, and A.J. Pollock on the Rangers. With right field being Yasiel Puig from the Tigers, and then Michael Kadire from the White Sox. Interesting. All right, let's simulate to the end of the season. And let's see how everybody finishes. It'll be lots of fun to see who finishes out the season strong. The Cubs are interested in offering us a trade. Let's see what the Cubs want. They want to give us Joey Votto for Justin Verlander. Only if you're willing to give us Felix Hernandez, then no, I'm not going to take the deal. Let's see. Where do I go? There we go. Just sim the end of the season. Joey Votto, though that could have been pretty fun if we needed like a first baseman or something, but also I saw that Adam Wainwright went down with an injury at one point, so yeah, that's not good. But let's simulate to the end of the season. I don't care about the Isotopes pitching staff. Our AA team finished 80-62. That's cool. And then our AAA team, I think, sucked. But simulate the rest of the season. Looks like the Rockies are in pretty good control to make the playoffs, hopefully. Let's see. Rockies finished 87-75, and they made the playoffs as a wildcard team playing the Giants. Alrighty, so let's see. So what happened? Red Sox finished first in the AL East. They finished 87-75. Second place is the Orioles. Rays finished third. Blue Jays fourth, and the Yankees are in last. AL Central, the Tigers were able to win the AL Central 90-72. Then you got the White Sox, Indians, Royals, and Twins. AL West, first place is the A's. Then you get the Angels, the Mariners, Astros, and the Rangers finishing in last place. So the wildcard teams are the Orioles and the Angels, with the White Sox missing out just by one game. AL East, the Braves won this division. They finished with 83 wins. Really? Okay, so the Phillies choked, the Marlins choked, Mets choked, and the Nationals, well, I mean, they stayed the same. NL Central, Cardinals end up winning the division. That's what I'm talking about. It's what I love to see, 96-66. Then you got the Brewers, Cubs, Pirates, and Reds. NL West, this is a shocker. The Dodgers came all the way back to win the division, 94-68. So the Rockies and Giants have to be wild card teams. Then you got the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So I kind of want to see how the team did going into the playoffs. Let's see. Verlander was really solid. Francisco Liriano was all right. Robbie Erlin was good. Adam Wainwright was solid. Tommy Hunter was below average. Corey Knebel was solid in the bullpen. Swarzak was okay. Donnie Veal was solid. Anthony Varvaro, good. Fernando Abad was solid. Jim Henderson was good. Tim Collins was good. And then Betances. The ERA is not very good, but he had 36 saves. Looking at the offense, Coco Crisp was great. Eric Hosmer was really good. Corey Dickerson was good. Scott Van Slyke, surprisingly, was pretty solid. Josmel Pinto, no idea who he is, but he was good. Trevor Plouffe, he was gone. He was good. Casson was pretty good. Brian Dozier, Freddie Galvis. So, yeah, we were just a pretty solid all-around team. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Looking at the bracket, so we have this is a very tiny bracket, but we have the Angels playing the Orioles in the wild card game. Winner will play the A's in the division series. Then we have the Red Sox playing the Tigers. On the National League side, we have the Braves playing the Dodgers. And then the Cardinals will play the winner of the Giants and Rockies game. So let's see what goes down. The wild card game, we have David Price versus Justin Verlander, and the Rockies beat the Giants, the defending World Series champion Giants, 11-3. Scott Van Slyke, Brian Dozier had a couple home runs. Verlander was solid in this game. See, the American League side, we have Doug Fister versus Yu Darvish, Angels and Orioles. And the Orioles walk off the Angels in the ninth inning, 3-2. Mark Teixeira, Tyler Colvin, Cubs legend, had a home run in the game. It's nice to see. All right, let's head over to the division series now. We've got Matt Cain versus Michael Wacha, Dodgers and Braves, and the Dodgers win game 1. Meanwhile, in St. Louis, Francisco Liriano is on the mound for the Rockies. He'll go up against Madison Bumgarner, the man for St. Louis, and the Cardinals just beat the Rockies 9-8. The Rockies trying to make a comeback at the end of the game. It just wasn't meant to be. On the American League side, we have the Tigers walking off the Red Sox in game 1. We've got the A's coming back and walking off the Orioles in game 1. Already 3 walk-offs in this postseason so far. The Braves taking down the Dodgers, tying up the series at a game apiece. And the Cardinals walk off the Rockies in game 2. I think there's starting to be like a little trend going on here. Lots of walk-offs. Dodgers or the Orioles win game 2. I don't know why I said Dodgers for a second. Maybe it was because Hyun Ryu, because he was a Dodger at one point. Red Sox beat the Tigers, tying their series at a game apiece. All right, let's see what goes down in Atlanta. The Braves walk off the Dodgers in game 3, 2-1. Adam Wainwright on the mound against, is that Joe Smith? I have Joe Smith. Dude, if we lose to Joe Smith, I'm going to lose it. Okay, the Rockies win game 3. That's good. Cardinals pitching doesn't really look very strong. The Red Sox win game 3 at Fenway Park. Then we got the A's winning game 3, 15-2. Holy cow. All right. And the Dodgers are going to force a game 5. Jose Quintana was unhittable in this game, apparently. Giancarlo Stanton hit a 2-run homer. That's all they needed. And the Cardinals are moving on to the NLCS. Very unfortunate that the Rockies were eliminated. The A's win 3-1 against the Orioles, and then the Tigers are going to force a game 5 back to Detroit. Game 5 between the Dodgers and Braves, a rematch of game 1, and the Braves win game 5 8-2. They're going to the NLCS, and then the Red Sox win the AL, their series versus the Tigers. They're going to play the A's. So we've got Cardinals and Braves, and then Red Sox and A's in the NL and ALCSs. NLCS Game 1, Braves Cardinals. Former Cardinals Shelby Miller going up against Madison Bumgarner. and the Braves win Game 1 on the road 4-2. The Braves win Game 2 also 5-0. The Red Sox win Game 1, and looks like they're going to win Game 2 also. Feel like the Braves are going to have the advantage in this series as the Cardinals pitching just, again, does not look very sharp. And what do you know, the Braves go on to sweep the Cardinals, and the Red Sox go on to sweep the A's. So we got the Red Sox and the Braves in the World Series. Why can't I find the Red Sox? Here they are. All right, let's see what goes down. We've got the Braves winning Game 1 6-2. Red Sox win Game 2 3-2. We've got the Red Sox winning Game 3 on the road in Atlanta. Then we've got the Red Sox winning Game 4. And let's see if they can win Game 5. They do not. So we're going back to Boston. And the Braves are going to force a Game 7. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what goes down in Game 7. And the Red Sox win the World Series. They win here in this fantasy draft. Who would have thought the 83-win Braves would go all the way to the World Series? Unfortunately, they came up just a bit short against the Red Sox. That's all we got for you here today on Let's Talk Sports. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, you know what to do. Leave a like. Best way to show your support. Subscribe if you're new here, if you enjoy the content on the road to 500 subscribers. And comment down below, should I do this for some other MLB The Shows? Let me know in the comments below. With that said, I'll see you guys next time.